Giovanni. My name is Brett Barnes. I'm your physical therapist today.
Okay.
Giovanni has been warming up on the bike now for about 3 minutes. He's been working at 50 revolutions per minute, which is standard for the Astrand test that we're about to perform. His wattage to warm up was at 25 watts, and we will start the test right now by increasing him to 150 watts, which is standard for the Astrand for conditioned males. Gio has a resting heart rate of 64 beats per minute, has a blood pressure of 116/60, and a rate of perceived exertion at 6. Based off of his age, we were able to calculate his max heart rate being at 193 beats per minute. We want to put him in a submax range between 60 and 85%, which should be 116 beats per minute and 164 beats per minute. I will be recording Gio's rate of perceived exertion throughout the test every minute, and as well as taking his heart rate, his blood pressure every 3 minutes until it reaches steady state. I will start with his rate of perceived exertion for this first minute. As soon as he reaches there. So how would you say you're working right now, Gio?
Somewhat hard, right about there.
Okay. Gio pointed is somewhat hard, which is 13, and that indicates that he would have a heart rate of about 130 at this point, which would be great because that would be in our submax range. It is now a minute and 10 seconds into the test, and I will terminate this test if Gio's systolic blood pressure went down, or his diastolic shifted greater than 10 in either direction, or if his heart rate dropped for some reason. I will now perform his heart rate, his blood pressure, and then his heart rate again to see if he's in steady state. Alright, so Giovanni had a heart rate of 120 beats per minute. I will now take his blood pressure. Giovanni's blood pressure was at 130/64. How hard would you say you're working right now, Gio?
Right about there, somewhat hard, right there.
Still somewhat hard. So we still somewhat hard, which adds up to our heart rate of 122 just about. And I will lastly take another heart rate. That time, Giovanni's heart rate was at 122 beats per minute. And that stage went about 30 seconds long, so we will start taking his blood pressure and heart rate again here a little bit sooner. Gio is now about 4 minutes into this test, and so far his signs are good. We'll continue with the test. And the reason that we're doing this test is to achieve Gio's VO2 max so that we can properly prescribe him exercise for later dates. So we see your VO2 is right now, Gio?
Same right there.
Still, all right, still points is somewhat hard, which is a 13. and adds up again with his 120 beats per minute. Oh, okay. Gio is now about 4.5 minutes into this, so I will repeat and do his heart rate, his blood pressure, and his heart rate again.
Oh, this is getting tiring. Thank you.
Okay, so Giovanni's heart rate there was 122 beats per minute, while his blood pressure was about 138/66, which is still within his normal ranges. I will take one last blood pressure, heart rate after I ask him his rate of perceived exertion.
Ah, same, right there.
Perfect, still at 13. And
Oh,
Gio's final heart rate was 124, and that is perfect for steady state. Stay within 5 beats per minute throughout the test, and his blood pressure and rate of perceived exertion matched up with that. I terminated the test because we got 2 steady state measurements, and we'll now be able to use Gio's heart rate and workload to calculate his max VO2 to further prescribe him exercise. He will cool down for another 3 minutes at his warm-up workload of 25 watts.
thank you for the test.
Thank you, sir. I will prescribe you shortly.